to my channel. That is Neeraj Decods. I am Neeraj Lahoti, a qualified chartered accountant and a company secretary. Saying this because today my topic is on a specific area, that is taxation. There's an important amendment with respect to tax. So that's why I have included that qualification so that it gives you a moral boost and also a sense of importance that this is something really important, and more than that is a piece of information which you can feel is very trustworthy is the reason that is you've been told that I am a CA. Okay, so coming to the amendment, I feel there's a most important amendment in this financial year. This by this I mean the FY26, which is starting from 1st April of 25 of this year. So, important amendment is I'll make you go through each and every important aspect that you'll have to cover this. Really, really important for people who are doing day to day business, who are in partnership firms, and also otherwise who are preparing for exams and all. So, a really important amendment. So, let's start with the section first. 194T talks about this amendment, that is with respect to TDS on payments to partners. Now, generally, if let's see first an overall, how the 194T looks. Okay, so 194T says that whenever you in the sense as a firm pays any kind of amount to a partner, will be liable to deduct the TDS. Now, that's why the payer is firm, which also includes LLP, limited liability partnerships, and payee is the partner of a firm. Any partner of the firm is the payee. Now, rate is 10%, threshold is 20,000 in aggregate. We'll see all of this in detail. I'm just giving you a brief introduction. Time of deduction is credit or payment, whichever is earlier. Nature of payments is bricks. This is what you have to remember, very important. Bonus, remuneration, interest, commission, and salary. Okay, so this is what it talks. So if you're a firm, example, and you have say two partners, and you're paying example 25,000, it can be remuneration. For example, we only talk about remuneration. So will you be liable to deduct as a firm TDS on this 25,000? Yes. Okay. So we'll discuss in detail. On what amount will you deduct? 25,000 or 25,000? 25,000 or 5,000? That is excluding the 20 amount. I mean, that means over an excess of 20,000. How is it applicable? Because it is just here, it is just written as exceeding rupees 20,000 in aggregate financial year. Okay. So we'll discuss all of those things in very detail. Now let's come to the section now. Okay. So I feel you have understood the crux first. The crux thing is that you are a partnership firm and you're paying to your partners any amount over 25,000 or over 20,000 rupees in a financial year aggregate. Would you be liable to deduct TDS? Now, let's take an example because I feel example is something that you can you can remember really well. You could understand the section really well. Now I'm a partnership firm. Okay, I have two partners, namely A and B. My partnership firm is AB and Co. So AB and Co pays 20,000 of remuneration to partner A and partner B as well as partner B, and 5,000 of interest. Say so 5,000 to A and 5,000 to B. Now 25,000 and 25,000. So first thing that you'll have to remember is this limit of 20,000 is not separate limit for your remuneration, interest or bonus or commission. This is the combined limit for all of those. That's why I'm telling you bricks. If your bricks is greater than 20,000, you'll have to deduct the TDS at the rate 10%. That means बोनस 5,000 हो गया, कमीशन 15,000 हो गया, रेम्यूनरेशन 10,000 हो गया. इन सबको जोड़ के आप देखोगे अगर वो 20,000 से ज्यादा होता है तो आपको टीडीएस निकालना पड़ेगा. इट इज नॉट एन सिंगल लिमिट फॉर ईच ऑफ द thing. It is the aggregate limit for all of the things. That means bonus, commission, whatever payment you do to a partner, except of course in net profit, sharing of profits. Other than that, whatever payment you do, it's a combined limit of 20,000. That is the first important thing that you'll have to understand. Okay, that is the first thing. So I hope you understood the first important thing. That is, this limit of 20,000 is an aggregate limit for all of the bricks. That is bonus, remuneration, interest, commission, and salary. Okay. And second important thing, 10% to hai. So if your pay is a resident, okay, then you will not, add surcharge or health and education cess. But if your pay is a non-resident, then 10% of, applicable surcharge, or 10% plus applicable surcharge and plus 4% of your health and education cess. Okay. So if your pay is a non-resident, then I think education and cess, would any of you will add education cess to that part. So 10% plus 4% of education cess, health and education cess, if your partner is a non-resident. Okay. So that is the second important thing. Now, time of deduction. This is really important. Time of deduction is at the time of credit of such amount to the account of the partner, including capital account. You have both capital account of current account transactions in the partnership firms. Many partnership firms have, or at the time of payment thereof, whichever is earlier. That means this says that either you enter in your books, like you enter in your books that payment ho gaya hai, or it is really credited, bank is credited, your bank account is credited, partner's bank account is credited. Whichever is earlier, that is your time of deduction. Really nice. I mean, you either record in books or either the payment is really settled. Whichever is earlier, that is would be your time of deduction. That is the third important thing. The fourth one says that 15G and 15H is not applicable. You cannot say that my income is lower, I'll not deduct this TDS and all. Will not applicable for this particular section. Now, TDS certificate is in form 16A. Okay, so these are the basic things. Now, coming to again another important thing, that like I said, AB and Co is my partnership firm. I'm paying 25,000 to A and 25,000 to B. Now, is that I'll pay 5,000 पे 10% लगेगा या फिर 25,000 पे 10% लगेगा? Is it that 20,000 के exceeding amount पे लगेगा, excess of 20,000, or all of the excess, or all of the amount which which is exceeding your limit? That means, for example, if I'm paying 25,000, so should I deduct TDS on 5,000 or should I deduct TDS on the full amount of 25,000? The answer is you should deduct TDS on full amount, that is on 25,000. That means you'll have to deduct TDS about 2,500 rupees, 10% on 25,000. That means अगर आपका अमाउंट 20,000 से ज्यादा है तो पूरे अमाउंट पे टीडीएस काटना पड़ेगा, ना कि सिर्फ एक्सेस अमाउंट पे. ठीक है, हिंदी में बोल रहा हूँ बिकॉज मैनी पीपल जो यहाँ के धंधा करने वाले होंगे उनको समझ में आना चाहिए ना. इट्स नॉट द ओनली पीपल हु आर स्टडीइंग फॉर एग्जाम्स और पीपल हु आर want to be updated should understand. It's all of the audience should understand. I feel they also understand Hindi, so covering up in Hindi. Okay, so it is on the whole of the amount if the amount exceeds 20,000, not on the excess. I hope that is clear. Really important point. Okay. Now nobody will really cover this section in this detail section. Okay, so इज्जत से सुनो. Okay, so now another important thing. Okay, TDS, whether it is deductible, whether the payee is a working partner or not, that is a question, because 40B says that allowable partner salaries is only for the working partner. Non-working partners के salary का हम आपको expense claim ही करने नहीं देते. That is not deductible expense. Now, this says that the distinction between a working partner and a non-working partner is relevant for allowance of section 40B में, that is maximum allowance of partnership salary. That says 40B उसके बारे में बात करता है. So this says that it is relevant for that. But for your 194T, there is no such thing that your remuneration ये partner का है या नहीं है. There is no such distinction relevant for 194T. TDS is deductible whether the sums are paid or credited to a working partner or a non-working partner. So ये क्या बोलता है सीधा section that I really don't care about 40B. This says whether you're paying for a working partner or a non-working partner. If your aggregate of bricks is greater than 20,000, TDS is deductible on whole of the amount at a rate of 10%. Of course, if you don't have PAN 20%, वो सब तो बहुत normal है. 15G, 15H is not applicable. Okay, ठीक है. Next thing, important thing, last thing, I'll sum up. Non-deduction of TDS under Section 194T, non-deposit under TDS deducted under Section 194T in respect of interest to partners will attract disallowance under Section 40B. Now, uh, Section 40B, which talks that if you don't deduct TDS, or even if you have deducted TDS, you have not deposited under the due date, in respect of the given due date, 30% of the amount is disallowed and all. वो section है ना, that will also attract. So that is more important. So if you kind of don't deduct TDS, one loss is that, of course, penalty and interest लगेगा जो आप भरोगे बाद में. And second thing is that this expense will be disallowed in your P&L. That is an also important thing. 30% in case of resident partner and 100% in case of non-resident partner. So you'll have to deduct TDS there also, for that reason also. So that's why I'm saying you, really important section. Summing up again for you, if your bricks is greater than 20,000, okay, bricks is bonus, remuneration, interest, commission, and salary. Above 20,000, and you'll have to deduct TDS at the rate 10% on whole of the amount. That is the thing, basic crux that you'll have to remember. That aggregate limit is per partner for financial year. That is also again a thing that you'll have to remember. Otherwise, people will ask, "अरे ये क्या है? फिर से इसमें ये क्या हो गया?" Okay. So that is with respect to TDS on payments to partners. Very, very important. TDS section. I think many of the people will be in this zone. अभी तक पता नहीं होगा. But this is effective from 1/4/25. Please remember that means only a week left. So please understand this section. Any doubts, please do comment down in the video, and I'll definitely try to answer the question. Okay. So second thing, important thing, that is amendment. We'll talk about another important amendment, which is also, with respect to this one, we'll only take 2 minutes of this. 40B. So 40B talks about the allowance maximum allowable remuneration, which says on the first 6 lakhs of book profit or loss, rupees 3 lakhs or 90% of book profit, whichever is higher. I remember this was around 1,50,000 limit, and this was 90% of book profit, and this was the limit was around 3 lakh of book profit. So this is now changed, and now the amended limit is on the first 6 lakhs of book profit, rupees 3 lakhs or 90% of book profit, whichever is higher. For example, if my book profits are 8 lakhs on first 6 lakhs, that means 6 lakhs into 90% is my 5 lakh 40,000. So 6 lakhs, 5 lakh 40,000 is higher than 3 lakhs. So 5 lakh 40,000 will be allowable. And on the remaining amount, that is on 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs ka 60% will be allowable. So that is how you'll have to calculate. So this is the amendment limit. This is also important. Like I said, this is an important amendment that you'll have to look after. So for interest, like I said, interest to 12% tak allowed hai. That you'll have to again check. So important that if you don't deduct TDS, 40B mein jo aapko, you'll also get the disallowance from this 40 section, which talks about if you don't deduct TDS, or even if you have deducted TDS, you have not deposited TDS, 30% of disallowance. So that is also an important limit that you'll have to remember. So that's it with respect to this amendment. I feel really important. Share with your friends, share with your family who is also doing business and who are in partnership and all. Really important, including LLPs. One more important point which I forgot to tell is minors are also included. If you're even a minor, many people will tell, हाँ minor को कुछ नहीं लगेगा, minor को भी लगेगा भैया, ठीक है? So this is the final thing. Anything I forgot? I don't know. I'll update if I have forgot anything. But then I've summed up all the things I remember, because I don't prepare and come. I just tell you by looking at the section. So that's it with respect to this video. I'll come back with another video and all. So if you are liking my content and if you want more such videos, please do like this video, and also comment down if you have any queries with regard to this, and also share this videos as much as possible. That's it for today. Signing off. Jai Hind. Good night. Bye.